Namaskar, greetings, gratitude. I welcome you all to the StarTalks episode 19. And today, with me on hot seat is with Miss Gauri Nilkantan Mehta. She is the artistic director of Platform for Action in Theatre. Welcome, Gauri ma'am. How are you doing?
Absolutely fine. It's my pleasure.
Please tell us, how did you go in for direction in creative theatre?
It's a very good question. I've never been asked this question, so I welcome that. Now, we all know that there are basically three major components of acting or theater. I mean, sorry, cinema or theater. Okay. And there is, besides theater management, costume design, set design. I'm not looking at that. So the three main components are on the stage as an actor, and then a script writer and a director. So now what happens? I started with acting, like most of us, right? I knew that an actor has an exceedingly small shelf life. Now, to put it really funnily, because of my dark skin, I was offered a role of a maid all the time. Okay, or a tribal woman because of my two nose twins. Okay, so I was never given, unfortunately, acting. They'll look at your physique, they look at your body weight, etc., etc., etc. So the second thing is, if you want to be a script writer, you have to be more experienced in life. Like today, I write scripts. I can write. I feel I am a good writer. But 25 years ago, I was not a good writer. Then the third option that was very good was actually direction. Because directors, you get to know everything: set design, lighting design, acting, community theater, mobilization, schools, teaching in schools. Everything is in your gamut. And I went to Miami University for my master's program. So it was amazing. I learned every single thing that has to do with theater. Even I've seen school teachers, theater teachers don't make lesson plans. I mean, how ridiculous is that? How can you not make a lesson plan? So you see, from there, as a theater director, we are even taught that. So that is how I chose theater direction for a longer shelf life. Yeah.
Nice, ma'am. Ma'am, tell us something about your representation of India in several other countries. You've
So
been to
again,
several other countries and
yeah,
represented
I've been
India.
to several other countries. So I'm again
Mhm.
very fortunate, very, very fortunate that multiply traveled and traveled to my most recent trip was last year in February to Georgia, and it was amazing. So whenever I go abroad, there are two ways to it. One is to learn their own technique, one is to look at their technique, because I say अभी तो हम nursery school में बैठे हैं theater में, compared to the Europeans. Their theater is very high in quality in lights and set design and playwriting. So we get to whereas India is very good in mythological theater, very good in folk theater, very good in children's theater. We have a very good representation of children's theater. But contemporary theater in India is slightly not fitting in. We are like we're in the socialistic mode of the 1950s even now. We're not come to the contemporary theater. So if you look at European theater, you get to understand. I'm talking about Europe, okay? You get to understand what is contemporary theater. You go to America, I realize that what is beyond contemporary theater. They look at aspects which are much more different. Like they could think of, AI and things like that. AI integration, looking at live media interaction with theater performances. But my biggest experience, if I would share this, was in Pakistan when I was very lucky to go to Pakistan. I consider myself lucky that I went to Pakistan because very few people had the opportunity to go there. And when I went there, I felt that अरे ये तो मेरे घर जैसे ही हैं मेरी मतलब there was no difference. And so I'm very fortunate to have traveled from Japan to Serbia to Dubai to Pakistan to America. So, and I'm hoping to continue that even this year, hopefully. Yeah.
Wonderful. And I read in your profile, you are the best graduate student in performing arts from Miami University. And how did
You
this
know,
happen?
this happened. I don't know how it happened, frankly. When I went to Miami University, The professor asked me one straight question. She said, hello, welcome, and come to my office. And she said, what are you doing here? A brown girl from India I mean, I was already 32, and who had no background in theater, who had no mummy, papa in theater, who had no uncle, auntie in theater. She said, what are you doing here? So she told me, look, Gauri, I'll be very frank with you. I've given you a scholarship. I was on full scholarship and full aid. And I mean, everything was like fully paid for. And I was getting money for every month to live. She said, look, I've taken a big risk on you. So if you do not get 3.8 out of 4 in the first month, you pack your bags and you're leaving. So sign up for it.
Okay.
I thought मैं तो मर गई बॉस अब आर या तो पार रात भर I mean
Mm,
in the night I would open the auditorium, but I must
mhm.
say, my Desi friends, they said they were feeling very bad for me because they were the only Indian girl who was doing theater. They said don't worry आप लाइट लगा देना मैं खड़ा रहूंगा आप लाइट लगा दो हम यहाँ खड़े रहेंगे. Somebody got me some tabla, somebody got me something, somebody got me some sari. So we Desis are very united. They say इसको जाने नहीं देंगे, इसको फेल करने नहीं देंगे. Fail
Sweet.
क्या? After that, I got 4.0, 4.0, 4.0, 4.0 all semesters. And then I rang up my friend because I was very old. I said, Sanjay, मुझे कितना मिला? पूरा total मेरा कितना? He said, you're mad, you got 4.0. You're getting the best grade.
Yeah. Ma'am, which is the best play directed till now by you? And why do you call it the best play?
Yeah, this is like another very interesting question. The best play I have directed is called Kriti Vikriti. I call it Vidambana because I didn't get the permission to give it in the original right names. Then I found the playwright. The playwright is long gone. His name is Nag Bodis. क्या लिखते हैं मतलब कमाल का script. And the best part is I do it every 2 years. I've been doing it for the last 18 years. हर साल हर 2 साल मैं उसको देखती हूँ उसको डिस्कवर करती हूँ because it's about a husband and wife relationship and the way it changes. And I think it has such a lot of layers to it. I've done a lot of shows of it. I've done more than 40 shows of it. And that is my most favorite play. And I think वो कुछ और ही लेवल का कमाल का लिखते हैं. And I started learning how to do Hindi plays through Vidambana. So I'll always do it. I'll never leave it. I mean, Kriti Vikriti. I'll never leave it. That is my favorite play. It's my favorite play.
Great. And ma'am, who's your role model and why, Gauri?
Look, it sounds cliched. It really sounds cliched, but my parents are my role model. I lost my parents very young. I lost both of them by the time I was 26. I lost my mother when I was 22. I lost my father when I was hardly 26, 27. So I've lived majority of my life without my parents. Okay. And both my mother died of cancer. My father died of another motor neuron disease. But not one day did they ever tell me that they're going to, not be with me anymore. They were so strong. They were so strong that I cannot imagine because life after them is impossible. You can imagine for a very young person, like hardly 26, 27, you lost both your parents. And then I started my life. But somehow even now, I would say, what would mama do? What would papa would have done? What would mama would have done? What would papa would have done? How can I forget my parents? Nobody can forget, right? They're my biggest role models.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what is Gauri in one word?
I just would say gregarious. I'm a very gregarious person. I'm always laughing. I'm always smiling. And I mean, you'd rarely see me not smile, I mean, even if you see me, a bing, a smile, and very, very very gregarious, very
So
I love,
sweet.
I just love laughter and fun. And I think life is fun. I'll tell you why, because I've lost my parents very young. So I know life is really to be lived. The fact that we are breathing, the fact that we are alive, the fact that we are strong and we're healthy, it's something like that. That is why I'd say that just gregarious.
Beautiful. And what is life for Gauri?
Life is to be lived. every minute of it. Whether you're down, look, you know that life can be down, okay? You can have very bad moments. I mean, what you see here is, oh, she's done this and she's done that and she's must have got everything under her life settled. No, no, no. With every rejection I face, I write 12 proposals, I get accepted for half, and that half also I reject. So you see, it is very tough. Life is very tough. So we just have to look forward. हो गया, खत्म हो गया यार, क्या कर सकते हैं, आगे चलो, आगे बढ़ो, आगे बढ़ो. Like this particular opportunity that you've given me, I'm very grateful to you because it makes me feel, wow, that's something to look forward to. You know, it's amazing. Yeah,
I I really appreciate your blogs. I have gone through
thank
few of them.
yeah,
I mean,
thank you
you
so much.
really pour out your heart in your blogs, I see.
Yes, I that is a very, very good blog. It's called the magazine is called stagebuzz.in. It has
Okay.
over 30 lakh readership every month, and I've been writing for it for the last 25 years. And I started writing 25 years. I have my own column, which I weekly
Mhm.
publish. It just comes from within because now I've reached a stage of my life that I can just
Mhm.
pour my heart without anybody judging me. You see what I mean? Nobody judges me. So I just write as I feel like, and it just
True.
comes in. Yeah, it just
No,
comes.
no,
Yeah.
it
Thank you
really
very much.
touches the heart, I must say.
Thank you so
While I
much.
was reading it, it was just going straight into me. It's
Thank you. Thank you
wonderful.
so much. Yeah, many people say that I write with a lot of emotion, but I can say when I was in Miami as a student 25 years ago, I didn't know how to write. I didn't know. I learned how to write. I learned slowly. Yeah.
Thank
I
you so much, Gauri, for coming to the Star Talks and talking with us. It was
abs-
lovely connecting with you and knowing so much about the theater.
thank you.
Thank,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you
Thank you.
so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you, dear audience. So, tomorrow again, I will come with another personality tomorrow again to inspire you and motivate you. Namaskar.